Hi and welcome to a World of Words book tags. Today I'll be doing the Harry Potter spells tag. Once it gets going, this tag is pretty self-explanatory, so let's just jump into it. Question 1 is Expecto Patronum, a childhood book connected to good memories. Aside from the obvious answer of Harry Potter, because I'm obviously a fan of Harry Potter, so I'm doing the Harry Potter spells tag, I would have to say the Magic Treehouse series and the Animorphs series were my favorite series as a kid. The Magic Treehouse series was about a brother and sister who had this treehouse that would transport them back in time. They would always have some sort of cool adventure. And then Animorphs was about a group of friends who are dealing with an alien invasion in their town, and they end up having the power to acquire the DNA of different animals, and then they can transform into those different animals. Expelliarmus, a book that took you by surprise. The Edge of Never by J.A. Redmersky. I actually first heard about this book from Sasha from A Book Utopia. She mentioned it very briefly in one of her book recommendation videos. So one day I was at Barnes & Noble and found this on the clearance table. This is new adult, so there is mature content, not for young readers. It's a romance about two people who have gone through difficult times in their lives. So they end up going on this road trip together and bonding and falling in love. And it's just really good, and the writing is really good. I was not expecting it to get as emotionally intense as this book did. I could not put it down. It was amazing. Prior Incantato, the last book you read. Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray, and I loved it. I did a book talk on it that I've just finished filming. It might seem weird because video is most definitely coming to you from the past. I'm filming a whole bunch of videos in advance before even starting my YouTube channel, so as of now I haven't even uploaded a single video to my channel, but at the moment this is the last book. I just finished this last night at like 1 in the morning because I had to see how it ended. Alohamora, a book that introduced you to a genre you had not read before. I was reading a ton of books from as long as I can remember, so I pretty much have always read my favorite genres of fantasy, sci-fi, contemporary, historical fiction. I think those are my main favorite genres. There's probably more. And the genres that I don't read. So there's really nothing I can say that really I can remember opening me up to a genre I hadn't read, since I've been reading so many different ones for such a long time. But if it counts, I would say Tokyo Mew Mew for manga, because I did start reading manga around 12 or 13, and Tokyo Mew Mew was my favorite one. So it's about a girl named Ichigo, which is the Japanese word for strawberry, and she ends up getting these special powers. It's a lot like Sailor Moon, which I hadn't seen at the time. It's a ridiculous series, but it's adorable, and I love it very much because it really got me into manga. My favorite manga artist is now Arina Tanimura, and then I learned how to draw it. Riddikulus, a funny book that you've read. Boys That Bite by Mari Mancusi. This is hilarious. The girl who gets bitten a week before prom by a vampire, and then she ends up having to go on this adventure to find the Holy Grail, because that's the only way she turned back into a human. This is actually the first in a series. This one's definitely my favorite. Sonorus, a book you think everyone should know about. Surprise, The Mediator. Love this book. Talked about it in my reading recommendations Make Habit video. But for a book that I have not mentioned yet on this channel, I have Bad Kitty by Michelle Jaffe. This book could also go under the Riddikulus section. It is hilarious. And it's one of those like crazy day or crazy night adventures. Like all this wacky stuff happens and her friends are hilarious, and it is just so funny. It has a sequel called Kitty Kitty, which is also really hilarious. So I would definitely recommend these. Everyone should read them because I haven't heard them talked about much on BookTube, but I love them and they're really funny. 7. Obliviate, a book or series that you would like to forget having read. It really saddens me to say this, but Miss Mayhem by Rachel Hawkins. This is the sequel to Rebel Bell, which I love, but fortunately this one was not much like Rebel Bell. It wasn't funny, it was very, very serious, and it pretty much undid all of the relationships from the first book, and then the ending was just kind of weird. I was just really disappointed in this, and I would love to just keep the memory of Rebel Bell and how awesome that was without remembering what this book did to the characters. I only have 7 owls, so Locana could be an honorary owl. Imperio, a book you had to read for class. Okay, I graduated college as an English major, so list of books I had to read for school will probably take years. So I'm going to interpret this question as a book you had to read for school that you really liked. For me, that would be Anne McCaffrey's Dragonflight. I read this for my women and science fiction class, which had the best book selections of any college class I have ever taken. That class was awesome, and I really liked this book. It technically is considered science fiction because I guess the explanation for the dragons is scientific and not magical. I still think of it as fantasy though. So I loved it. It was so good. I was going to read the next ones, but it's been years and I didn't. So, question 9. Crucio. A book that was painful to read or a book that was torture? Let's be honest, it's the torturing curse. No need to sugarcoat it. Alright, for me that would be 2 books. All-time most painful book to read for me would be Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. But also for more recent books, well, recent being the last few years, Allegiant. And both of these were painful because of character deaths. 10. Avada Kedavra, a book that could kill. Interpret as you will. Okay, this one, because it's really heavy, so you could throw it at somebody, and if they're standing like on a high ledge or something like that, if you throw it and you hit them, they might die. But no, that's not my real answer. Last Sacrifice by, I love this author, okay, Rochelle Mead. This is the last book in the Vampire Academy series, and I say it can kill because it was amazing. It had the most perfect ending in a series. Except for the characters that went on to be in her spin-off series Bloodlines. Every main character's story arc was just like wrapped up with a perfect little bow. I say a book that can kill is just like, it's so happy you can just die. You can die happy because all your characters got their ending. So thank you so much for watching the Harry Potter spells tag. That was a lot of fun. There were a lot of questions in that tag. I'll link the original creator of this tag's video down below. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm Vanessa. Bye.